problem that you have now is that as women are getting better educated, with more employment, more status, more prestige, they compete themselves out of their ability to find an attractive mate. As women raise up through the dominance hierarchy, and this is...
Competence hierarchy.
Competence hierarchy, sorry.
That's okay.
Who's going to tell women the equal access to opportunity that you have recently just acquired? Actually, what that's doing is it's making it more difficult for you to find a mate that you're fundamentally attracted to.
Yeah, the report shows that by 2030, 45% of working women ages 25 to 45 by 2030 will be non-married, no kids, single.
Yeah.
Okay. So you might say, well, what's wrong with that? Okay. If you think that you're going to be 45 years old, no kids, not married, and that you're going to genuinely be fulfilled in life because you made money, best of luck to you.
When there are more single women than ever before, the media will portray it as a positive trend. However, as the number of single men increases, they have to paint this as a negative tendency to say we are alone, as if there is a major problem with male singleness. I find it interesting how the media twists the narrative in this way. First, let me state that men are more likely than women to remain single. It's an indisputable fact, and we've been doing it for hundreds of years, which shows that I still don't understand what they're trying to say. The only problem at this point is that they are followers of love. From 2018 to 2030, the number of single women is projected to increase by 2% per year, compared with an 8% increase in the overall US population. What is driving this trend? First, more and more women are postponing marriage, choosing to remain single or divorce. When she was 50 or 60 years old, women are also delaying childbearing or having fewer children than in the past. Ninjas and men who can't get women are the ones who get hurt the most here because they can't get plastic surgery. I think the main problem is that more and more men are unable to enjoy the bedroom. Most men today are not so much concerned with the relationship aspect. I believe that if most men had access to sex and could still father and raise children without family court punishment, we wouldn't have a problem. They want to start a family or find a partner as soon as possible because they know they will have no one to take care of them when they are old. If you strip out the biological urge to procreate, the rewards they get from child support, and the attention they get from having kids, you see that this is the main reason women want kids so badly. They see kids as a kind of invest when they reach retirement age. I can say with absolute certainty that this is the case, because not only have I witnessed this phenomenon, but I have heard the exact same thing said by many different women. This scene doesn't make for a pretty photo, I can tell you. Well, I don't hate that they have their own little jobs and make money. I will worry less. It doesn't affect my life. But while they're making more money than ever, most are still broke. It's not like these women are suddenly making hundreds of thousands of dollars and have 5 or 6 figures in their bank accounts. If you believe it, you are crazy. Some people feel insecure, but that's a far cry from most of them trying to make ends meet. Even though they make more money than men, they keep less money. That's why men's monthly disposable income is still higher than most working women. Plus, medications are less expensive to maintain, and we don't consume as much medication. So it also encourages men to cheat themselves through marriage, divorce and child support. If men stopped doing this, women would have more disposable income than men each month. If women had to resort to it, and trust me, professional women would do it on the side. Obviously, even though they were making money, they were still broke. So when I see headlines like this, I just smile because I know what it means. Instead, they remember that it is easier to succeed in this world with a strong family than alone. Unfortunately, women destroy families and drive men into them in the process. But that's what it is. The men's solution is, it's time to read this article and pay attention to what these commanders have to say. The Good Guys Project published an article titled "Single is the New Black." By 2030, almost half of all women will be single. Let's start. More and more single women are choosing to do it themselves. In 2018, 41 women aged 25 to 54 were employed. According to Morgan Stanley, a leading global financial services provider, that proportion will reach 45% by 2030. What is the force behind this trend? More and more women are postponing marriage to focus on their careers. This is the same reason some women choose to have children, have fewer children, or have no children at all. A few decades ago, most women did not have the opportunity to achieve financial independence. Because of this, they cannot do without men. Massive and ongoing change in women. Priorities in the foreground, however, are driven by greater equality and financial freedom, which increases the number of women in their 50s and 60s opting for divorce. In recent years, women have enjoyed great success in fields traditionally dominated by men. Well guys, I should cover this exact topic in a separate video where we'll talk about how women go crazy when men don't care about dating and relationships. In this video, I warn men not to marry because their wives can divorce them and destroy their husbands when they are close to retirement or retirement. Women in their 50s and 60s divorce their husbands, likely trying to climb the ladder before they're over, she says in the article. That's why I always tell people not to get married, because if this happens to them and the statistics show it happened, they will never recover. And the fact that women are young and not getting married or having children can ruin their lives. And what you need to know is that most women never retire. Let's continue. Education comes first. The Pew Research Center looked at data from the United States. The government found that women make up more than half of the roughly 57% of college graduates in the United States today. Women have now outnumbered men and now make up more than half of the U.S. graduate workforce. The second is career development. Since 2010, the number of women in managerial positions has increased in all developed regions. In Asia, the number of women in management positions has doubled since 2010. Increase your own income. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, in 1980 women earned 64 cents for every $1 men earned. Current item prices range from 77 cents to 85 cents per dollar. The fourth is the power of consumers. As more women enter the workforce, their wages should rise, as should consumer spending. All in all, women seem to be given opportunities to make money and grow their careers. So who would have thought that there are more women in America? As for the man, will the woman surpass the man anytime soon? Who would have thought that there are more American women than men of all critical thinkers? In today's society, many women earn more than men because they spend too much. But at the end of the day, they're still penniless, and men realize that college isn't everything and choose other avenues. This could explain why more women work in universities. Because of high student loans and personal debt, women don't have more money than men in the college workplace, and most don't save. Most women earn degrees that are useless, or have too much debt relative to their income, to pay for their education. It's annoying, but no one is sending her to college to get a job. So guys, don't pay off a woman's student loans. If you do, she will betray you or divorce you because you set her free. So keep that in mind as it relates to all the other stuff you mentioned. If you're still broke at retirement age, which is likely to be the case for most single women, the feminist path they took in the 304 culture will bite most of them in the ass later on if they continue to be irresponsible for their own lives. Power raises expectations. Another question then is whether women's independence means they are no longer interested in men. Women are now interested in good men, not average men. There are many good men, and there will be more in the future. It's just that the toxic stuff is making a lot of noise and everyone is fed up. Toxic men end up justifying themselves with toxic masculinity. A good man has a good name and a good surname. Single women are fed up with abusers. That's wrong. They don't want top-notch men. She is lying. They want Chad, Tyrone and the best of them. Gentlemen, that is a lie. They don't want good men until they're 30. But you'll get a leftover woman and many passionate companions. Poker and Ray are the ones they want. So where we are today is virtue, signaling and lies. But remember, I told you to leave these women alone. Conclusions. Only emotionally mature and mentally healthy individuals benefited from both revisions. Women can now marry men because they want men. Men are loved, valued and desired. I need to know about your planet. Make 45% of women single. I'm an advocate of leaving long-term relationships. Marriage and cohabitation will just mess them up. To fix things, get a paid subscription to Girlfriend to talk to you. I'm a free man until I die avoiding modern women. But I find it interesting how women sabotage and ruin their futures when they can have a decent married life, even though the juice isn't worth the stress, and I wouldn't give up my life for a woman. It's funny how women decide you shouldn't either. To show your support, click the thumbs up button. Please leave a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to send them to those who need them most.